Welcome back, Mark Fidgett for notapennydown.com. I don't usually send this type of video, but I thought you might learn something. It's for brokers, new brokers, seasoned brokers. Not sure who's going to learn from it. I know I did. I want to tell you a little bit of a story here. I got referred a deal from a realtor, and the deal had already been turned down by another broker. So when the client came into my office, it became apparent that the reason they were turned down, they needed to be under the Genworth Business for Self program, and their credit score wasn't high enough. And as you know, the Genworth program has pretty specific requirements. So instead of just setting them away and saying, listen, I can't do the deal, I said, I can't do the deal today, but if you follow this, this, and this, your credit score is going to go up. So they went away, and much to my surprise, they followed exactly what I told them. They came back, their credit score had gone up, and they now fit the credit requirement for the Genworth program, with one exception. They had an R2 within the last 12 months, and for those of you who know the Genworth program, you know that one of the requirements is no lates in the last 12 months. So instead of wasting anybody's time, I called up Genworth, presented the deal, and they said, listen, send it in, we will look at it. So then it was, who should I send it to? And I thought, you know what, since this deal has a little bit of a credit issue, I thought, you know what, because Home Trust has kind of moved out of the B, or not out of the B, but they moved from the B to also doing the A insured deals, I thought they had a good credit mentality, and they've done good deals for me in the past. I thought, you know what, I'll send it to them. So I fired into them. The next day I call in to follow up, and they said, you know what, can't do the deal because of the credit issue. And I said, okay, well, I understand that, but did you send it to Genworth? And they didn't know. So they had to find out. So I waited. Finally, I got a call from, or an email from Home Trust in Toronto, and they said, send us the deal. So I sent them the deal. Then I get a call from the underwriter from Home Trust in Toronto, and she says, we can't do the deal because the property doesn't fit our requirements. And I said, okay, well, I'm confused. Originally, I was told you couldn't do the deal because of the credit. Now you're telling me you can't do it because of the property. Did you actually send it to Genworth? And she says, no, we didn't. It just doesn't fit our criteria. And I said, well, either you do insurance deals or you don't. Oh, well, we do them, but we have our own criteria. Anyway, make a long story short, I quickly called up the BDM from First Line, and I said, here's the situation. She said, you know what, send it in, put in your notes that you talked to Genworth, and they said they would look at it. You know what, I gotta give props out to First Line. Within the day, I got a verbal commitment saying they would do the deal subject to appraisal, and of course, just following up with the documents. I guess the long and the short of this is, or the moral of the story is, number one, if a client comes into your office and their credit's not good, don't send them away. Give them some instructions, show them how they can improve their credit, and just like this client did, they'll come back to you and you'll do the deal. Secondly, if you get a turn down from a lender, find out whether they actually sent the deal to Genworth. And then thirdly, as you know, different lenders have different criteria. As you see here, Home Trust, who you think would do the deal, didn't do it. First Line did the deal. I hope you find some value in this because I wanted to get it out because for me, not only was it a little bit frustrating, but I thought, you know what? There are some brokers that maybe would like to hear this because I know I learn every day and I hope you learn something from this. As usual, make it a great day. If you want to get a hold of me, 604-273-2002. Take care.